Let's get into this video. I want to show you another diet tips from a content creator that I really like. A lot of people don't like this guy, but a lot of people love him. Little warning, he is loud. Without further ado, let's get to this video.
Coach Greg, in today's video, I'm giving you the top 10 tips of things you should be doing right now in order to help you to lose weight.
That's exactly what I need. Exactly what I think a lot of us need. Some tips to get us where we're going. Of course, I'm always going to premise this because seek to your doctors, seek a nutritionist, seek a dietitian, go to professionals to get your real help. These are tips. These are things to help you get going. These will definitely help you out your journey and bring it up to your doctor.
If you incorporate these, even if it's only half, even if it's only one, it can and will make a significant difference in your weight loss journey. And so number one, first things first. And by that I mean drink more water. And not just water, but any non-nutritive sweetened beverages.
I really liked what he said there. Drink your water. For me, when I started drinking my water, I started having more energy. I started noticing I get up, I could get going more.
Number two, sleep more. One of the most underrated things when it comes to weight loss is getting in enough sleep. Oftentimes people are waking up early, going and doing cardio, staying up through all hours of the night. But what this actually does is causes you to be hungry. Increase cortisol levels, increase hunger hormones. Ultimately, it makes you more hungry. And so if you're awake more hours, there's more hours that you're tempted to eat. And so think of it, when you're sleeping, you can't be eating. If you're asleep, unless you're sleepwalking, you're not going to eat. And so the more you're sleeping, the easier it is to be in a deficit. If you're staying up through all hours of the night, oftentimes people are going to binge. Most people, they're not all that hungry in the morning.
Number two, get enough sleep. Like you said, it's very, very underrated. Sleep is very, very necessary. Necessary. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing there. But sleep is very necessary. So I'm going to bed at 9. I go to bed, but I don't actually go to bed until about 10 because I'm not one of those who could just put my head down and just, I'm one of those people who have to lay there and then lay there and then lay there and then lay there. I'm one of those who find the 75th position of sleeping and then finally go to sleep. That's why it takes me about an hour to fall asleep.
Number three, don't skip meals. People oftentimes are thinking, I'm going to just stretch this out. I'll skip my snack. I'll skip this meal. I'm hungry right now, but I'm going to wait. Bad idea. What happens is your ghrelin rises even more. And once you do, in fact, start to eat, it's going to be very difficult to shut the floodgates.
I just want to pause this because I don't know what ghrelin is. I've never heard what ghrelin is. Ghrelin is a hormone primarily produced by enterocytosis cells, gastrointestinal tract, especially in the stomach, and is often called hunger hormone. Because it increases the drive to eat, blood levels of ghrelin are higher before meals when hungry, returning to a lower and after meal time. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
You end up binging, you overeat all at once, you can't stop, and before you know it, you've consumed double the calories that you would have had you simply allowed yourself to have that snack. And so the best way to do this is to not think that you can only eat one meal a day. Think of it as eating 5 meals a day as being optimal. Perhaps have 3 regular meals, have 2 snacks if you need it, and if you're hungry, go for it. Now remember, if you're not hungry, you're not in the mood to eat, you just don't want to eat it, then that's perfectly okay. But if you're actually hungry and you're saying, no, I'm not going to eat, I can't eat, it's 4:55, I have to wait till 5 o'clock. I've had that happen all the time. I've coached people who had certain times to eat, and they're like, I can't eat, it's 5 minutes to when the time says, I got to wait. If you're that hungry, just eat. And when I tell somebody to eat on a coaching plan, if you eat an hour earlier, an hour later than it says, that's perfectly okay. There's no problem with that. You should be following your hunger cues when you eat. And so if you are in fact hungry, it's time to eat.
Number 3, don't skip a meal. I hit the mic again. He broke it down really well of why you shouldn't, and I've never even heard of that ghrelin hormone. I heard a lot about, people going OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. I heard people, saying eat 1 meal a day and then skip all the other meals until not tomorrow, but the day after. Basically don't eat for 36 hours and then have my meal and then don't eat for 36 hours. And he says, you could have whatever meal you want. And at the time, I thought, oh, let's try this. It's going to work. But I really love the way Greg Doucette is just breaking this down. Like, don't skip a meal because of this, don't skip a meal because of that, have water because of this, get enough sleep because of that. He's breaking it down very well, and I really enjoy this kind of content. Thank you, Greg Doucette.
Number 4, eat less fat. The reason being is fat has 9 calories per gram. In comparison, carbs and proteins have only 4 calories per gram. In case you're wondering, alcohol has 7, but those are empty calories. I highly suggest you try to avoid that if at all possible. And so by replacing fat with things like protein and or carbs, you're going to be consuming fewer calories. Now, I'm not saying not to eat any fat at all. You do in fact need omega-3 fatty acids. They are primarily found in fatty fish sources. A lot better to eat fatty fish than, for example, red meat. Many people are eating hamburgers, steaks, and so on, but they're avoiding things like salmon, trout, and other sources of omega-3 fatty acids. And so by eating less fat and making sure you get in plenty of protein, you're going to increase your body's thermic effect of food. You're actually burning more calories by doing so. It takes much more energy, as in calories, to convert protein into stored body fat than it does to convert fat into stored body fat. Think of it, fat is closer to being fat than protein is to fat. So you burn off more calories in the digestive process. And so if you're trying to lose weight, have less fat, more protein. Got it?
I watched this already, so 4 runs right into number 5. So I'm not going to talk about this until after number 5.
And so this transitions into number 5, eat more protein. If you're eating more protein in comparison to carbs, for example, you're going to have an increased thermic effect. And not only that, protein is much more satiating than eating carbs or even fat. Just think of it. If you're eating a bunch of jelly beans, jujubes, licorices, and so on, it's very hard to stop eating them. In comparison, if you're eating chicken breasts, are you going to sit there and eat 6 or 7 of them? Probably not. And so it's much better to eat more protein and less carbs because it's not going to trigger you to want to keep eating. When's the last time you started to eat a chip or perhaps 1 spoon of ice cream only to end up eating the entire bag or the entire jug of ice cream? But in comparison, chicken, you eat it, you're good. Maybe you eat 2 or 3, nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to go on a binge eating 10 chicken breasts and really overdoing your diet.
4 is eat less fat. 5, eat more protein. Kind of went together. So he's like, eat less fat, eat more protein. My protein has always been really good. I've always been a meat eater. I love like just taking that whole meat and just stuffing my mouth full of the meat. I don't know why I said it like that. I really love my protein. One of the things she said, which is really interesting to me, you're not really going to sit there and binge on chicken because you could have, a lot of chicken and still be good, but you are going to sit there and eat, bag full of chips, bag full of jelly beans, your licorice, Back when I was still bedbound, one of the things I did a lot, I forgot what chips I had, Doritos, Cheetos. I had a family size bag, and then I'd sit there and play. To me, in my mind, I only did it 3 times, but that was like an hour of me doing this, and pretty soon the whole bag is empty, and I'm like, "Ooh, where did all this go?" And I literally ate it all because I was mindlessly eating as I was playing video games, and that was just terrible. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this because I really love it on how he's breaking everything down and really like going deep and dive into every single one of them. I wanted to stop it right here because my wife will really like this diet tip that he's giving on this one.
What's that?
Diet. Number 6, drink more coffee.
I like coffee.
See what he has to say about it.
Coffee has caffeine. Now, what I suggest you do is you don't drink coffee first thing in the morning. Leverage it for later in the day, perhaps even before you work out. This is what I do. Do not consume caffeine as soon as you wake up. Many of you, that's exactly what you're doing. In fact, most of you are. But what that does is can lead to the dreaded crash in mid-afternoon. And so what's better to do is don't drink any coffee at all. After all, are you really going to binge at breakfast time? Probably not. And so if you save your caffeine for a little bit later, perhaps before the gym, which is what I do, you can then go to the gym, have a greater workout. You're going to have more energy. You're going to train harder than last time. You're going to burn off more calories. And also, it's going to blunt your appetite. Caffeine is a stimulant. It causes you to be less hungry. It also causes you to burn off more calories. So if you consume coffee, which has caffeine, you're going to end up ultimately burning off more calories, having a faster metabolism, and it's going to help you to lose weight. Now, just be careful. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine. You may not want to consume this within 6 to 8 hours of bedtime. You don't want to consume caffeine too late at night because that can interfere with your sleep, which we discussed earlier in the video.
What did you think of this tip?
I liked it when he said that I could drink more coffee, but I didn't like it when he said not first thing in the morning. I didn't like that part.
She's a big coffee drinker. Drink more coffee. He really did break it down really well. It gives you more energy. It helps you hit, your new PR, helps you like get hyped up for the gym and all that. Here's some point to it. If I whisper like this, does it pick it up? Can you hear me? Can you understand what I'm saying when I'm like this? Okay, let's see what else he has in store for us.
Number 7, and this to me is a must, eat more fruits and vegetables. There are so many diets out there, carnivore diets, don't eat fruits, don't eat vegetables, don't eat this and that. But ultimately, if you eat more fruits and vegetables, it's going to be much easier to lose weight. And the reason why is because they are low calorie dense foods. What that means is they're foods that have a lot of volume, but they're low in calories. And so what happens is you eat a lot of apples, broccoli, cucumbers, you name it, and it fills your belly for hardly any calories. Just look at a massive salad. Imagine putting in 500 calories worth of vegetables in a salad. It might literally weigh 5 pounds. And so you're eating this salad and your belly is literally stretched to the limit. You're full and you no longer want to eat. And you may have consumed 500 calories. In comparison, if you're eating peanut butter, ice cream, burgers, fries, and so on, you might have had 1,500 calories and you're just getting started. Where's my next plate? I'm still hungry. The reason is you're not full. And so I'm not saying don't eat anything except for fruit and vegetables. I'm saying add it to your diet. You can have your burger and fries, but also add in some vegetables. If you have burger and fries and peas, those peas are going to help you be full for less calories. So rather than having 1,000 calories of french fries, have 500 calories of french fries and 100 calories of peas. They're then in a 400 calorie deficit. It really is that simple. It's not about eliminating all certain types of foods. It's about eating them in balanced harmony.
Eat fruits and veggies. That was his tip for this one. I don't know if you're like me. I said I was a picky eater, but that just translates to like, I don't like fruits, I don't like veggies, I just like my mashed potatoes, I like my mac and cheese, I like my fried food, I like my, really processed, really quick minute rice, I really like my, incorporating fruits, veggies. It took me a while to get used to them because I really wasn't a fruit or veggie eater, and just learning the different foods that I actually like actually giving them a try. What's the one good example of what I like? Bell peppers. I never ever tried a bell pepper. I just automatically wrote it off because it's a veggie, But we had stuffed bell peppers like a while ago. I don't even know when the first time we had it, but I was like, yeah, let's try it. And I ate it, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. What else can we put bell peppers in? And then we started putting in our chili. We started putting in our soups. We started putting in like so much other things, our taco meat, and it just... I like bell peppers. Cabbage, I really actually like cabbage. The green trees, I don't like the white trees. So broccoli and, what's the white trees called?
Cauliflower.
Yeah, I don't like cauliflower, but I like broccoli. People say they taste the same. They do not taste the same, not to me.
They don't taste the same.
Okay, I don't know why people said that. I heard people say that before. For me, it was actually giving the fruits and veggies a try, giving them an actual honest, truthfully try, and not just saying ew peas, ew carrots, ew that, whatever, and just giving them an honest try cooking them differently. Give it a try. I just want to interrupt the list real quick. Just ask you, can you please subscribe? I'm trying to hit the goal of 10,000 followers, so I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. Now let's get right back to it.
Number 8, lift weights to become a better butter burner. And so think of this. If you lift weights, you're going to build more muscle. And muscle on average burns approximately 8 calories per pound, and that's at rest. In comparison, fat only 2 calories per pound. And so because muscle is more metabolically active, by having more muscle, you automatically have a faster metabolism. And that's just at rest. Imagine now that you're going to work out. You're running, you're lifting weights. Because you have bigger muscles, for example, myself, I have larger quads. When I ride on a bike, I can push harder on the pedals. The harder you push on the pedals, the more calories you're burning. That is how it works. The calories that you're burning is a measure of the force that you're putting out for how long you're doing it. And so if you can put a greater force for a longer period of time, you're going to burn more calories. And with bigger muscles, you can push harder, and so therefore it allows you to burn more calories.
Build muscle, lift weights. Say hello to Legend and Dairy. Legendary. I don't know. That just, whatever came to mind is what I said, and that's what came out. But lift more weights, if you have more muscle in your body, you're going to have faster metabolism. You're going to burn more calories. You're going to be more active. You're going to be able to lift more. You're going to be able to, be more active. You're going to be able to do more things. Because I know I'm going to keep coming back to this because it's a huge chunk of my life. Being bedbound, I did zero activity. I didn't lift weights. I didn't move. I didn't walk. I didn't stand. I didn't do anything. I just laid there, and a lot of my muscle deteriorated. A lot of my muscle went away, and I was just pretty much like 80% body fat. I don't know, probably more. It was a lot. But now I'm lifting weights. My favorite activity is doing chest day. I love arms. I love chest day. Cardio is something I'm gonna have to just like suck up and do, and that just walk on the treadmill. Like I don't have to sit there and run unless I'm like next to someone and I'm just in a competition mood and I'm just like, I have to go faster than you. And then he's going to say, I'm going to go faster than you. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have to go faster than him. And then he's going to say he's going to have to go faster than me. All of a sudden, we're running at the flash speed and we're just, and then all of a sudden we build a time warp. And then all of a sudden we go back in time to when we first started. And then now I just walk instead of sprinting out. And because I didn't want that scenario to happen again. So I decided to walk on the treadmill and not race them.
Number 9, you got to move more. I don't care if it's cardio, scheduled cardio, needs non-exercise activity thermogenesis, having sexy time in the bedroom. You got to move more. Maybe even recording videos and waving your hands around. You need to move. The more you move, the more calories you burn. Even if it's fidgeting, even if it's shaking your legs because you're nervous, the more you move, the more calories you burn. Up your head and dance when you're driving the car. Just freaking move. One of the major differences between people who are lean and those who aren't is people are lean, they're just more hyper. They just seem to move more. They have more energy. They perhaps are burning an extra 500, even up to 1,000 calories a day without even exercising. You're just active. You're moving around. You're in the kitchen cooking, and you're moving around, you're walking. And over the day, just imagine, if you're burning 500 calories a day just by movement, that's 1 pound of fat a week that you're burning. And that's without even doing scheduled cardio. And so if you move more 500 calories in a day, it could equate to losing 52 pounds of fat in 1 single year. And it's not even hard. It's not difficult. Just move. Stop laying on the couch doing nothing, watching Netflix and chill. Clearly, much smarter to watch Coach Greg and chill while doing cardio. Go for a walk. Take the dogs for a walk. Walk with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your circle friend. Just freaking move. Just do it.
Speaking of that, I need to move a little bit. I've been sitting here making this video for like, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I don't know, something like that. I was sitting down for so long that I just want to get up and move for a little bit. Like you said, movement is really good. I do this segment on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, where just like move for 1 minute. So just move, because I need to get that body flowing, get that blood flowing, get there. I say this in my video of, move for 1 minute, that we far too often forget to just move. And, I was doing that as I was making this video, and I was probably going to edit this, but I'm glad that actually came up because it'll help me to remember just move. So I stood up, walked in place for a minute just to get that blood flowing. And that's like a huge thing. Well, I didn't realize that the motorcycles did that loud. Being active, being aware that I'm just like not moving very much, being aware that, hey, I've been sitting here for so long, let's just get up, let's walk in place, let's go for a little walk, let's walk to my mailbox, let's walk, somewhere, let's do some sort of activity, let's go hit my punch bag for a little bit. And just being aware that I've been, stagnant for X amount of time and that I just need to do something. That's one of the big realizations I came to myself, that I just forgot to move around, just forgot to move. Get right back to the video.
10, put the friggin' fork down. Is it really that difficult? The easiest thing you can do to lose weight is to eat less. It is literally going to save you time. It takes less time to eat 1,000 calories than it does to eat 1,500. And so rather than eating 3 cheeseburgers, eat 2. You just save time. People are telling, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have time to lose weight. Well, here's how to save some time. Eat fewer bites. You know how easy that is? You eat less, you put the fork down. And if you can't put the fork down, it's because you're eating the wrong foods. Oh, it's too delicious. A pint of Haagen-Dazs. I can't stop eating. It's so good. Yeah, it's because it's Haagen-Dazs. Can't stop eating that 16-inch pizza. Yeah, it's got 4,000 calories, but I'm going to eat it all. Put the fork down. Stop eating so much. Stop having foods in front of you. Hopefully, this made sense. Hopefully, you can incorporate some of the top 10 tips in your diet to help you lose weight right now.
Number 10 was put the fork down. He explained everything very well. What do you think about his 10 tips. Tips were drink water, sleep, don't skip a meal, drink coffee, eat less fat, eat more protein, eat more veggies and fruit, lift weights, move more, and put the fork down. Was there any of them that you have a hard time with on the list that he gave? For me, it was definitely put down the fork. Drink more water, get sleep. All those are like, it took me a long time to get to where I am now with all those advices that I was already like implementing in my life. I already drink more water, I already get more sleep, I already eat more fruits, I already eat more veggies, eating less fat, and like a lot of these are just like pretty common, just like the last one with the obese to beast. A lot of the things is not trying to like reinvent the wheel, trying not to like reinvent your own like sort of like this is how you lose weight. A lot of it is just like basic things like, get sleep, drink more water, eat more fruits and veggies. Like this is like standard things I've been hearing for a long time, but I never really like it didn't really snap in my head until like I started doing it and seeing the results from it. Thank you, Greg Doucette. Thank you for watching, and remember, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers, so I love you. I appreciate you. You're all amazing, and peace.